Have you ever heard of a child born perfectly healthy, only later to be diagnosed with autism after receiving their first year of shots? Parents, have you ever been hesitant to take your child to the doctors to get their shots after hearing about the rumors? Well, one of the most recent controversial topics has been the correlation between autism and vaccinations. Some parents and doctors believe that the vaccinations correlate with autism because of the excessive amounts of dosages that can be injected into the vaccines, or simply just the fact that the vaccines aren't correlating or corresponding well with the human body. However, I strongly believe that vaccinations do not cause autism. In fact, not receiving shots can lead to major issues, and I strongly recommend that parents still take their child to be vaccinated. In this speech, I'm going to explain why I believe that vaccinations do not cause autism, what could happen if people stop getting vaccinated, and what we should do to make sure this problem doesn't occur. First, I'll explain why I don't believe shots cause autism and what the problem behind this is. The issue parents specifically struggle with is whether or not to get their child vaccinated. The problem with this is that a lot of the vaccinations that the parents are most fearful of are the most important ones to keep their children healthy and from getting ill. Parents and doctors point to vaccinations as the cause of autism because the only way that you can get autism anytime in your life is as a child, which is coincidentally the most time that you're getting all your vaccinations. About 1 in every 88 children have fallen victim to autism, and the causes of these disorders are unknown. However, over the years, there have appeared to be other suggestions through media, like maybe an excessive amount of yeast in the digestive tract, or an excessive amounts of mercury or exposure to environmental toxins or even food allergies. None of these theories have been proven to be true, but doctors are trying to do whatever they can to figure out what's causing this autism. However, on the other hand, 2011 reports were released stating that 8 vaccinations were given to children and adults, and the reports came back saying that these vaccinations were safe. So I guess the question is, what do you think will happen if children stop getting their shots? It could be possible that autism rates decrease, but what most likely will happen is that sickness rates and illness rates will increase, this being the issue at hand. Next, I'll explain what could happen and what to do to get the word out about shots versus autism. In order for us to stay healthy, we must inform parents that vaccines are good for our kids and healthy whether they like to admit it or not. The medicines and the vaccines keep us from getting many illnesses. The best way to inform parents is simply through word of mouth or, more commonly, the internet. Once parents begin to trust doctors and the medicines, then hopefully they'll let go of this idea that vaccinations are causing autism. So for those of you that strong-heartedly believe that vaccinations cause autism, my question for you is it worth the risk? This theory is not for certain, but shots help fighting sicknesses like the flu and measles and etc. are. I guess you could say you're putting your child at risk either way. Last, I'll explain what to do to make sure problems don't happen because of this controversy. It may seem risky, but if every parent continues to take their children to get shots, then it's not just helping their family, but it's helping everyone. How do things improve? Well, if word gets out that it's safer for your child to get vaccinated rather than not, then everyone stays healthy. But if more and more people get hold of this idea that vaccinations are causing autism, well then shots will not be given, and the result is that people will start getting not only common colds, but flu and the measles, and maybe even more extinct viruses like smallpox, and it could start taking out people one by one. So we must ask ourselves the question, what would be the outcome if all childhood vaccinations were no longer given, just to reduce the rate of autism? Well, I had an interview with Dr. Andrew Berg, and he was asked this question, and his answer to me, in quotes, was, "I'm not a specialist in this area, but I think that as a result, many children would receive the flu, measles, and other illnesses that the vaccines help keep under control." Up north, the doctors came up with an idea to stop giving children specific vaccinations, and as a result, most of them received measles. we do not want an epidemic to commence, but he said that he would still recommend parents to take their children to get vaccinated, and one problem should not be solved at the expense of another. As I stated before, 1 out of every 88 children receive autism, and some think it's from those shots. Well, for me, that's not enough facts to keep my child from getting shots. And now that I've explained why, what to do, and how to do it, it's up to you. What will you decide? I've explained to you why I believe immunizations do not cause autism, what could happen if people stop getting vaccinated, and what we should do to make sure this problem doesn't occur. I strongly believe that vaccinations do not cause autism. In fact, not receiving shots can lead to major issues, and it would be in every parent's best interest to continue vaccinating our children. So if you want to help, make sure your children, family members, and friends all receive their shots so we can all stay a healthy country.